Light.
Hello, welcome back to DemButlers. I'm Cass.
Y'all already know who. It's Doug.
And you are the Butler Brigade.
What's
Boy,
up,
I
Brigade?
can't tell you how many times we get walked up to and told that one. I think everybody likes that catchy title. And it's funny, if you've been with us since our day one of coming up with that title,
She's just gonna rub it in.
like literally on camera. On camera that day, we came up with the Butler Brigade,
Sure
or
did.
one half of us came up with the Butler Brigade. The other one was kicking and screaming on that title.
Cause it's an Army term, man.
But ask him what two branches did he serve in, y'all.
Well, that's different. But which one did I left with?
Ask him. He's a double branch
Air Force.
server, or whatever you want to
That's
call
all right.
it. Committee. I don't know what the word is, but you served in both.
I did.
So get over it. But welcome,
brigade.
Butler Brigade. Hello, everyone. Welcome new members, old members, new subscribers, old subscribers, new members, old members, watchers, doers, forwards, woes, and the mighty
Keyboard
warriors. They've been quiet lately, though.
No, man, they been there. It's
No,
just,
they've been quiet lately.
I'm telling
But
you,
then again,
man.
I don't go watch old videos and I don't keep up with
See,
the old
see,
comments.
see.
It's also, I think it's kind of hard to be a keyboard warrior against someone that the blessings just keep on coming through.
That's true. That's true.
Man, they got another one? What do they mean by they got another one? If you happen to have been on our other social medias, you know August the 8th was a good day for us.
Yeah,
Not
man.
only did our youngest daughter turn the magical age of 30,
30.
but we also
We old, y'all.
have e-cedulas. So
Oh, we legal.
available to the pensionata visa holders, your e-cedula also allows you legally to be able to receive the discounts and jubilados, I guess I should say. So legally, we do realize before, because I know they ready. Boy, they ready tight. I've been getting my discount since I came on day one.
That's because
Great for you.
That's because they let you do it.
They
ain't
let
have
you
to.
do it. They don't have to. And the first time that they don't allow you a discount, there's nothing you can say if you don't have an e-cedula.
Well, you gonna get that supervisor. Supervisor. I'm gonna speak supervisor.
So the
Por favor.
e-cedula allows your discount to not be questioned in businesses that provide discounts.
That's right.
So
All businesses do
all
not.
businesses do not, everybody. Just because you're in a restaurant and you lay down that e-cedula, that does not mean that they're going to give you a
what's that?
discount. It's
Yeah.
certain restaurants, certain items. I don't know this for a fact as far as whether it's on alcohol or not, but Cedric and I had this conversation. I would assume that it's not. But hey, I don't care. I look at it like this.
Wait, hold on. Y'all do research. Cause
No.
guess what? It don't.
That's not where I was going.
Okay.
I look at it like this. What discount do you get in the U.S.?
None, zero, nada.
So when you get ready to pay, other than being an AARP
You don't get
or a VA discount at certain places
That's right.
on certain dates and on certain times, get ready to pay and see what kind of discount you get then. So I look at it as if they gave me a penny. That's a penny I didn't have to pay.
That's right.
That's the way I look at it, though.
And it's already discounted from what you were paying back. in
There
the
are other people I know, they try to, as Cedric said, supervisor.
Yeah, give us supervisor. Give us supervisor. Hey, that was America.
All
Stop that.
places don't give discounts. And so before y'all, I saw it in the chat, and a couple people were like, yeah, you were eligible to get your discount for day one. Y'all, that's not correct.
That is not true.
I didn't correct you because you feel like you were able to get your discount from day one.
Look it up for yourself.
That
Hey,
was
wait,
somebody
wait.
that was being nice to you.
Don't go by what you feel. Don't even listen to what we saying. Go read the
Yeah,
law.
look it up yourself.
Go read the law. Hey, you can Google everything here. Everything.
You happen to have been in receipt of it.
That's right.
That does not mean that they were supposed to give it to you.
Or had
Sounds
to.
like it was a business that
Yeah.
was felt like being nice to you that day. But please stop giving blanket wrong answers
Yeah.
because it happened to have been right for you.
That's right.
I think that's what I want to say. Cedric and I, the reason you don't see us posting videos on how we do certain stuff until we've done it is because at that point it's a suggestion. It's what we think. It's what we heard. Well, that's what happened to so-and-so and so-and-so, but until we do it, we don't do it or don't give it. That's why there will be a e-cedula video after this one because we've now done it. Actually, I think I'm going to wait till we actually go pick it up.
Okay, the hard copy.
The
Yeah,
hard copy.
Yeah.
Because technically we're not complete
Because
yet.
folks, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you something that I know you already know, but nobody said it. People will lie to you.
Yeah.
They'll lie to you. They'll lie to you, but a white lie, they don't think that nothing, and then you run with it because you think it's gospel.
And a lot of people do copy, paste, repeat, and
That's
it's
right.
not true. So no, we're going to wait to
Because
do
the first
our...
time somebody go show it to me in writing, you can't.
Yeah.
You
And
won't.
and my Bible was saying the first we prefer to go all the way through processes, how we did our temporary, how we did our permanent. So although we have our e-cedula number, we can't go pick up the plastic card for about a week. So
It's
we
a
will
two-step process.
we will wait until we have the plastic card. Then therefore we can do a complete real video. So no, you're not correct when you're telling people, I've been getting my discount from day one. You've been lucky to get your discount from day one. You've been lucky. That's how you've been lucky. They don't have to give it to you. But that's not what this wonderful video is about.
Okay.
This video is about while we were sitting there at the e-cedula office. I'm just going to call it the government office because I don't really know. There's a name for it, but I'm going to say the government office. We were talking to not only our paralegal, Marcos Jimenez, but also the lead director, Miss Syria of CLP Associates. Look at this face. And
Hey, y'all, remember that lady I was seeing that's her.
so bad.
Ooh, boy.
And of course, in sitting there talking, you're waiting. We didn't wait long. Again, we're going to do that on that video. But again, we were in and out in less than 30 minutes. Once again, in and out less than 30 minutes. But anyway, and sitting there waiting on your magical number to come up on the screen, we were talking. And of course, we were talking in regards to the big thing that everybody's been talking about, them dang addresses and the verification. And
We still talking about that?
well, we're going to go into that a little bit. Marcos had a question, and he had a real question. He said they'd been inundated with American phone calls from people who were, and not just Americans, let me stop there. But the majority of the people that were calling were from America. In regards to concerns as to what should they do, how should they do it, how can they get out of the fine? And before everybody asked, it wasn't necessarily the fine they were concerned with. As Cedric and I have said in numerous videos, and I don't know why this is just going, whoo, it's not the $100. The fine could be 50 cents. I want that to be very clear. It's not the $100. It could be 50 cents. It could be $1 million. Most people do not want to be warned and in a warning status, a fine status against in a country that they are being welcome in regards to something that was, as far as they're concerned, as minor as updating their address, because you now have somebody that has you in a system.
You have one strike again.
You are in a system. Not dwelling on the U.S., but what happened in the U.S. when...
you mean what's happening?
Yeah, or what is happening in the U.S. when it comes to the removing of immigrants right now. It is against people who have violated any law in the U.S. Not saying that could or would happen in Panama, but most people 15, 20 years ago didn't think that was going to ever happen in the U.S., and it did. So if there wasn't ever a cleaning up of the immigration system in Panama, what would you do if they said, hey, anybody that has committed any type of immigration order, you got to go? That's what people are concerned about. So for those of you who keep going, y'all shouldn't be moving if you can't afford $100. It's not the $100.
It's going over your head.
It's not the $100. It's you're now in a violation system. It's not like after so much time that violation goes away. You violate it.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So go ahead.
And I want to add something to that. Hey, y'all, don't go up to immigration's trying to talk your way out of the fine. You're not going to talk your way out of the fine. That's where I was getting ready to go. He actually just jumped there. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So in talking to Marcos, he was saying that a lot of his phone calls are, can you go with me? And when, or the firm, and when they get the investigating in regards to, not all of these are their clients. Some of these people just happen to now have seen Marcos on our video, and they're like, hey, obviously our first attorney messed up because now we got to go get this cleaned up and we don't want to be fined. How can you help us? Once they find out, Marcos and his team look at your lease or whatever you have to verify where you live. If they feel like you're going to be fined, they are honestly telling clients there's no point in you hiring us because you're going to be fined. So why spend money hiring us? Most people hire an attorney because let's think criminal defense.
They're trying to undo some stuff.
You want to undo stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they can't undo it.
Nah.
So they're like, well, we're not going to just take your money just for you to go to the window and have to pay the $100 fine anyway. I mean, you're going to have to pay it.
And have one strike against you.
So he said that's been their biggest business in the last couple of weeks have been phone calls and looking at people's paperwork. As we always say, seek legal representation. And when Marcos's team has been looking at your paperwork, if they feel you're going to be fined, they're saying, hey, there's no point in you hiring us. Go on down there, update your address, and pay the $100.
Man, that's honesty. Because some folks would just take your money.
They would take. That's the reason why some people are in the situation that they in right now, because there's an attorney that just took your money and they got you to your permanent visa status, and now you sitting there trying to do an address cleanup because they took your money. They really did. They took your money. I don't care how great you might feel about the fact at the end of the day, I have my permanent visa, but you now have an issue that you have to clean up. You still have an issue. That shouldn't have been an issue to begin with. Shouldn't have been. So we're there, we're talking, and he's telling us that he's going, I'm trying to find out what is the concern with Americans mainly. Americans in regards to what is it that they think is going to happen that someone's going to ask them their address. So this was a two-part answer for me, and it's going to go into this video. The first one I told Marcos was, in the U.S., you are required every time you move to keep your driver's license and or your, what's up?
No, I'm just looking at you. I'm just looking.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I don't know what he's doing, y'all. He throwing me off looking at me like that.
I didn't interrupt you.
You are required in the U.S. to keep your driver's license and or your ID card updated with your current address at all times. All times. Those of you that don't do it, ain't did it, that address still shows your mama's address. You ain't lived your mama's house since 1991 and it's 2025. That's you. Right. You have chosen to not do that, but your address is supposed to be updated every move. That didn't change by coming to another country. The difference is that people are used to the fact that if you get pulled over in the U.S., the police officer is going to ask you for your ID or your driver's license.
No, you're going to shoot for your driver's license first.
And then typically it will, because you're driving. That's right. Correct. So then following documents that would typically then be asked is your car registration and or insurance. Mm-hmm. That also verifies the address that you're seeing is correct on your driver's license that you're driving with. Typically people's insurance matches where their car is or where they lay their head. So he was asking, I guess I'm confused as to what is it. Most expats don't come to Panama and drive. Most don't. That's not saying all don't. Some of y'all got driver's licenses. So it was going over Marcos's head as to what is it that they think this random check is going to happen. I had to literally fill him in and go, do you realize Cedric and I have had 3 immigration stops that we have personally been involved in? 4 that you count one we had to drive through. It's just our rideshare driver didn't get flagged to pull over. But we had to drive through that one, going to Daiquiri 23. We have physically been through 4. And he was like, okay, that makes sense. He said, I really did forget about those immigration stops. And he forgot about them because of the fact that he doesn't live in fear of being pulled over and being welcomed into a country that he is a resident of. He doesn't see it the same way that we see it. And so when I told him that, he goes, you're right, Cass. You're right. Those immigration checkpoints, they do a verification of your identity. They verify where you live. They verify your answers. They verify if you're nervous. They verify if you're going to bust out running. So as I was saying, sorry about that. Had to do a little pause break right real quick. But he was saying that makes sense to him, that the immigration stops, they do verify identity. They verify stories. They verify answers. He really forgot that if you don't break a law that we're used to in the U.S., you can be randomly stopped. Today's video is about being randomly stopped in Panama and your rights, which aren't any. We're just going to go ahead and jump right on over to that answer. There aren't any. So let's remove U.S. citizens. Yeah. I'm talking to y'all.
You ain't got the right to nothing.
U.S. citizens, because y'all got some hard heads. You have no rights.
It's going to make us soft behind.
You have no rights. You have no rights. They can stop, talk, look, ask, feel, open, do whatever they want to do.
Spanish time. Nada.
If you're concerned with, but what about my privacy? And what about this ain't your country.
What's that?
You need to go on back to the U.S. Where you think you have those same rights,
and
because truthfully,
stay there.
You don't there either.
Stay there.
You don't have those rights. So we're going to go ahead and stop that. If you needed to get to just to the point of this video, the point of the video is you don't have those rights.
Cliff note.
You have no rights. If you want to know what they can and possibly do. So for those of you that are still going with the fact of,
this ain't a big deal?
This is not a big deal. Mm-hmm. Okay, it is a big deal. And we're not staying on the address thing. This video here is about the fact of your rights in Panama and immigration stops. That's what it is. I am past the address. I don't give a doggone. Don't change your address. Change your address. Look at it. I don't care. This is about stops. Yeah, it's about immigration stops. I don't care anymore because my address is right. All right. So, where are the couple places that we've already had immigration stops at, Cedric?
Albrook Mall going to the Metro.
Okay.
And that was inside the mall. We've had one coming from Cologne, from the duty free. Had one just, like I said, driving a Daiquiri 23. And what was
the original time we were going to get our first temporary in the back of a ride share.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was probably the longest one.
Yeah.
They talked to that gentleman 10, 15 minutes outside the vehicle. I don't know what he did. Cedric and I, like most people in the back of their ride share, first off, we don't know what driving violations are being violated or not, because as far as we're concerned, all Panamanians be breaking the law while driving, based upon what we're used to in the U.S.
But we were driving the immigration.
So what I mean by it seems to us that nobody does a lane change, and nobody does a proper turn signal, and nobody stops. So to us, we don't know what the stop was about, because all those violations are always violated every time we're in the back of one.
That wasn't actually a immigration, but it was a police action that, hey, Mr. Policeman go, hey.
They got him out the car. So in case you're sitting there going, well, what are you and Dub be doing that y'all be getting all these immigration stops? We're doing nothing.
Living?
We're doing nothing. So if you haven't had one, for those of you that have been here multiple years, you're sitting there going, baby, I've been in Panama 15 years. I ain't never had an immigration stop. Well, we've been here since February, and we've had 4. That's all I can tell you. Maybe it's something they're doing more of. I don't know. Maybe we just look like, I don't know. I don't know what
and before you go, yes, we're in the city. And it's crowded, and you live out somewhere where nobody know the name of, and that's why you ain't never seen no enforcement.
So one of the things that you might hear, they said, and it's one of the big ones, is at any of the metro or bus terminals. I know we have a lot of people that take the bus and a lot of people that take the metro. That doesn't mean that they will not do an immigration stop anywhere. We just told you there have been 3 that was in cars. 3, there were cars. So if you're sitting there going, well, that's the problem. You at the bus station. No, we were actually at the mall. We were at Albrook Mall, physically leaving Albrook Mall. We hadn't gotten to the metro yet. We're at the mall still, leaving the mall. So no, that's not correct. What you might hear is buenos, documento por favor. What do you do? What do you do at that moment, Cedric?
Well, if I'm looking at a dude with a gun, it says immigration, and I'm pulling out every piece of information I got on me.
All right, here we go. In Panama, ID checks are common. You can be stopped at a metro station, a roadside checkpoint, or even in your own neighborhood. No warrant needed. Who needs to probably hear that more than anybody? Them hard-headed Americans. Yeah. You can't talk to me. Where's your warrant? No warrant needed. Today, we're going to break it down to you how the Citizen Verification System, is called the CVS, literally has a name.
CVS?
Works. What immigration officers are looking for, what ID you need to carry, and how to answer questions like, where do you live, without getting frustrated. I'm saying that because for some people, Cedric, he knows the name of our condo, which is all he needs to know. But if somebody asked him the street, he would have a hard time giving it. The great thing about Panama is, that's the wonderful thing about individual condos, have names.
That's right.
So even if you can't think of the street, if you have a hard time saying whatever street you happen to live on, Villa Argentina, Villa España, Calle, whatever, you need to at least know your condo name. Okay? Everybody that's, I'm not going to learn Spanish. Baby, y'all better learn your condo name.
Yeah, y'all got that.
You need to know how to say your condo name. Shoot, take a picture of it if you can't think of anything else and show it to them. Trust me, this could be the difference between a 30-second stop and a long, stressful afternoon that involves you going someplace you didn't want to go. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the Citizen Verification System. Once again, I call it the CVS. That is what it's called. This is Panama's real-time police database. Officers scan or type your ID, whether that's a passport, residency card, temporary and or permanent. I have no idea why we get asked that one all the time. Or your e-cedula. And instantly they can see if you have any active arrests for warrants, any driving violations, anything. Traffic cameras are live in Panama. Those of you that are determined that you want to drive, you might not get pulled over. We learned this one, but they are able to issue a violation from a camera. That's legal. Or any immigration issues. If you've had a mailing that was sent to that address on record that you need to appear in immigration, but you forgot that that address on record is one you haven't lived at in 2 years, you technically have not been to your immigration hearing. Whatever that hearing is, it could have been a question in regards to your picture wasn't clear. Yeah, they more than likely should have contacted your attorney on record as well, but they also sent you a mailing. You're supposed to be there as well. Think of it like the U.S. NCIC system combined with a DMV check.
Wait, I don't even know what the NCIC system is.
Like the national warrant thing.
That the police lose?
Like the Interpol type thing. Yeah, NCIC. Okay. But here's the difference. In Panama, this isn't just for traffic stops. It's used every day. We just told you a couple of instances. In public spaces like metro stations, bus terminals, and roadblocks. Why it's considered a preventative measure, meaning they don't need a reason to check on you.
No. Well,
I just told you that. It could be, today, man, we're talking everybody else on blue. You're the lucky person.
Again, a dude with a gun that says immigration on it, and he gonna ask me for my ID, I'm gonna give it to you. Ain't
there you go.
Problem. None.
So what exactly can get you flagged in the system, Cedric?
Just being alive?
Well, flagged in the system can be overstaying your visa or residency permit.
Oh, that 180 days.
Even by a day.
They know that. Beep, you can just come up on something.
Entering illegally or with fake documents, that should be known. Deportation orders or bans, they told you but to get out, and you back in here. Working without the correct permit. This one also it expanded on their website saying that they're known to also
Their
go
website.
to those.
Whose website?
The Panama Residency and Immigration. I can't think of the name of the title, but it's the immigration website for Panama. They give examples. One picture there on their Facebook page today. It's on Panama's immigration Facebook page today. They did festival stops. What do you mean, Cass?
What's a festival?
Everybody's out there selling candles, flyers, hats, the vendors. All those vendors that come from the U.S.
Well, ain't no vendors.
And take donations.
From the U.S. Okay.
No, there are.
No, shouldn't be.
Vendors that come from the U.S. that set up shop. It's on Panama's immigration page. They did a festival immigration raid. If you didn't have a work visa and you were selling your goods, they had 4 people that in handcuffs today. I will put the picture in here.
Oh, wow.
4 people are in handcuffs today because they were selling at a festival. This isn't a fear tactic. They always say Cedric and I are just trying to not make people make no money.
Man, we just trying to keep you safe, man.
I could care less.
We trying to save you from you.
Sell your hat, sell your shea butter, sell your pain medicine, but don't do it out in festivals. You're working.
Pain medicine?
Whatever they're doing. You're working. Do a website, and I keep saying this, the American-based website still allows you to still sell your stuff. You're putting yourself in the obvious when you go post up at a Panamanian festival. It is not having a proper work permit. Now, you have a work permit, and you can do that. Sell it all. And being on a criminal or security watch list. Here's the key difference with the U.S. Panama doesn't require probable cause to run a check. Just said that. If you're in a public space, you're fair game, and you are available for a quick verification.
Let me define a public space.
Go ahead, baby.
Everything outside of your condo.
Yeah. I guess they can't kick your condo in. And honestly, you know what? I wouldn't be shocked that they can do that. Because once again, this is not the U.S. This is not the U.S. The right to not come into your home. I don't know. I have no idea. But what I'm getting at, this is not, I wouldn't assume they can't do that because you can't do that in the U.S. Well, that's what I'm saying.
They can't do it for some because they ain't got their right address.
All right. So now if you're a Panamanian resident, temporary or permanent, do you still need to carry your passport?
Yeah.
No?
I don't think you need to, but I would.
The short answer is no, but there is a long answer. If you have an e-cedula, the electronic ID card for foreigner residents, or a valid residency card from immigration, that's enough for daily checks. When you might still need your passport, well, logically for international travel. Even in Panama, there are some locations that are considered international travel. If you go to San Blas Island, you're going to have your passport because it is a protected territory. Is that kind of what I want to say, Cedric? I don't know though.
Sovereign indigenous area.
You're still going to need it. So don't just assume I'm only in Panama. We've also been told from our paralegal, Marcos Jimenez, some areas that are closer to borders, they will possibly ask for your passport. If you're going to be at an area that crosses to another country within a couple of miles, you could get asked for your passport because of y'all illegal transportation.
Better to have it not needed than to need it and not have it.
Certain banking or notary transactions. Don't assume just because you have your permanent and you're going in for a banking procedure that you won't need your passport. Note to self, we needed our passport for our e-cedula. Yep. We're not going into our e-cedula today. That's going to be a separate video. But for those of you that are coming up on your e-cedula pickup, take your passport.
Gonna need it.
If your residency card is expired or being renewed, so I guess you got to the end of it, there is a date. Look at your cards. All of our cards have an expiration date. While you're waiting for your new card to come in, it is recommended to carry your passport. On or doing a rare high-level security operation. They basically, that's putting that's blanket cover for everything else. I mean, if they say it's a security operation going on, what you gonna say? There's not. Pro tip, carry your e-cedula or residency card. It's safer than risking your passport or getting your lost or stolen.
Facts.
So always there's gradual works to this. Temporary first. Once you get your permanent, you can put your temporary away.
Wait.
Carry your permanent.
You don't have your temporary because they take the temporary.
Well, they do take it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but in the meantime of both of those, still carry your passport. If you're in the process of both of those, carry your passport. Once you then receive your e-cedula, your passport can be put up and you can carry your e-cedula, except for some of the examples they just gave. Some higher level areas. You're going to be traveling, put your passport back in you. Can your e-cedula prove your address, Cedric?
No.
Here's a little something a lot of people get wrong. Your e-cedula or residency card does not list your address. Some people, I don't think they've ever read it. Physically, there is no address listed on it. There is a routing of that number that tells immigration office where you said you live. But when you're used to looking at our driver's licenses from U.S. base, you're used to your address physically being on there. It doesn't list an address. If someone, a bank, utility company, or even a government office asks for proof of address, you will need something like a utility bill in your name, a lease agreement or property title, a bank statement with your Panamanian address, or a residency certification from your local government agency. Your e-cedula can confirm who you are, but it doesn't automatically prove where you live, unless the official can access the national database where your address is recorded. As we said, your e-cedula, your temporary and your permanent, they are able to call one more step to verify what's the address you provided. But physically listed on there, there's not an address. Okay? Immigration checkpoints and where do you live? Now the big question, can immigration ask you where you live?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They can ask you where you live. If you're a tourist, they might want your hotel name, Airbnb address, or even proof or booking. If you're a resident, they'll usually just ask for your neighborhood or your corrimiento.
Yeah, I don't know. That's Spanish.
Area, your neighborhood. You might hear it in Spanish. Corrimiento,
yeah. That's
your neighborhood. Most of the time, it's just a verbal check. ¿Dónde vive usted? ¿Dónde vive usted? Where do you live?
Oh. Yeah.
They're going to be saying that. ¿Dónde vive usted? Where do you live? Though you get to go, hold on, let me get my Google Translate. That's fine if you didn't understand the question.
Yeah.
But even when they say it again and you take out Google Translate, they're asking you, where do you live? I said this the other day ago. This is when most people, I don't care what kind of lie you put down, you can't lie fast enough because now you're scared.
Man, you can't lie in another language.
Yeah, but it's a formal operation. They may want proof. If you hesitate, I said that. You give vague answers. You look confused.
I look confused all the time.
They can detain you temporarily while they confirm that information. Mm-hmm. This is similar to U.S. Border Patrol checkpoints.
Well, I was under the impression that when they're talking to you, you're automatically detained.
You ain't gonna run. I bet you won't do that.
That's why they carry a gun.
Anybody with a gun, I bet you won't run. No. It's similar to the U.S. border checkpoints, but the questions do go deeper. Here's how to make the checkpoints painless. Always carry your passport. We said that. If you're a tourist, every time you leave, what's a tourist, Cedric? You've answered this one before, but what's a tourist?
Someone that needed a passport to get here in the country and you don't have residency. You're a tourist.
You're going to be here less than 180 days and you don't have a temporary or a permanent. You're a tourist.
That's right.
Every time you leave your place of where you're at, have that passport on you.
Consider your passport like your underwear.
I mean, you have it on you.
Just have it on you.
All right. Or your e-cedula or residency card if you're a resident. No one should ever be leaving without no ID. Mm-hmm. Cedric and I watch a lot of police shows. We just like watching them. Don't ask me why. I can't tell you how many times those police officers come up to the window and they go, driver's license, insurance, and registration, please.
I don't answer questions.
No.
Well, that's a lot of times.
No, that's not what I was going with. No, not the answer I was seeking. Yeah. Driver's license, insurance, and registration.
I ain't got my ID with me.
Yeah, I ain't got no ID. They always say that. They say, keep a copy of your passport and entry stamp handy. Anybody know what the entry stamp is? That's the one that physically shows what date you entered Panama. So if you have multiple stamps in your passport book, take that one, take a photo of it. Always have a backup. Y'all know, y'all don't watch too many of our videos to know I'm all about backup to a backup to a backup.
Check this out. You might leave your passport in your hotel or at your Airbnb, but I bet you got your phone.
You got your phone.
Bet you
we all walk with these computers in our hand. Take a photo of it then. Something is better than nothing, because now when it's time for you to prove yourself, you got to go to the almighty place where they want you to go prove yourself. And I'm sure that's probably not a fun trip for you.
That's right.
Know your address in Spanish. Bonus points if you can say it confidently. One thing I know he can say, he says all the time, he don't speak Spanish, but he can say the name of this doggone condo.
Sure can.
He can say that.
I don't even know the street.
He can say the name of this condo. I will admit, he can say the name of this condo.
Sure can.
If you're a tourist, if you're on a tourist visa, know your entry date. I personally know the date that Cedric and I entered. We're not tourists anymore, but it just so happened to be it was the day before Valentine's. So I can think of it quickly. It was February 13th. But if you just don't know what date you all came into Panama, you're going to want to know that date. If you're nervous about answering in Spanish, just say vivo en. Whatever the name of the neighborhood that you are, we've shared this before, we're in San Francisco. Vivo in San Francisco. Vivo in El Cangrejo. Vivo in El Barrio. You got what I'm saying with that? And then you can do the Ciudad de Panama. That's saying much. You don't have to say all that. I live in Panama City.
No,
if you don't want to say it. But if you can say English. Vivo in, that's gonna get them, that's getting this going. They know you know somewhat what they're talking about there. So in Panama, ID checks are just part of life. Yeah. They really are. Yeah. The key is to be ready. So it's over in under seconds. That part is true.
Yeah, that part is true.
And you can get on with your day. If you, I'm going to have a checkpoint readiness guide. So for those of you that enjoyed this information, you're like, you know what? I didn't know how to do that. I need to know these things. I'm going to be in there as far as what you need to carry with you, the best responses, some of the questions that you might hear really quick. As we all know, Panamanians talk fast. And you might not be able to register what it is that they're saying. Keywords you want to listen for, vivo, usted, you know, these are address, this is where, those are some words.
I know y'all that she's the intellectual of us too. But you ain't got no any of that. Immigration, them dudes wearing straight black with yellow writing that say immigration.
Or it could be a police officer.
Or a police officer.
That check don't have to be immigration.
Or put it this way, all of them got badges.
Yeah.
When somebody with a badge come up to you, pull out some ID. Hey, just pull out some ID, period. You ain't got no lick of Spanish.
Yeah.
Pull out some ID.
Also, just know all rights and privileges are not the same here in this other country.
First of all, to have rights being someone gave them, you have none because nobody gave you anything.
You don't have anything. You're not a citizen here. For instance, again, we're going to talk about this in our e-cedula video. Cedric pulled out our almighty camera. No, he pulled out our, if you've ever seen our camera equipment, it's a tripod that's on a DJI. But visually, it looks very grand. With the tripod, the camera itself is not big. I mean, it's smaller than a business card.
Ball in your hand.
Yeah.
Ball in your hand. But
when it's on the tripod, it gains attention. People are like, what's that? What's all that? And I knew the moment he pulled it out, I just knew it. I felt it. I was sitting there. And when he pulled it out, because he was setting it up, one of the security officers immediately, by the time he had it pulled up, I happened to look up from my phone. I was reading my phone. And I told him, because Cedric's back was to the officer, I said, you got an officer walking up to you. And he was like, really? I said, yeah. He's like, well, I'm just recording. I'm like, we'll see. And so he did. He came over and he basically asked him, what is that? That's what he did. Cedric tried to turn it on. I don't think he ever told Cedric to put it up. He started calling on his walkie-talkie. No, literally, he started calling on his walkie-talkie. It's at that point he was like, yeah, this ain't worth the headache. It's just not worth it. It's not worth anything. Let me just close it. Needless to say, I'm pretty much doing this.
Yeah.
And my phone is literally bigger than our camera. They didn't say anything, but I know it's the visual of what the camera looks like. It's on a stand and the whole nine. Well, that's what I said in the long run to say. Your rights of I have the right to record. No, you don't. No. You don't. And he didn't. I want that to be very clear. He didn't put up no issues. Oh, no. He immediately broke it. Matter of fact, he didn't even wait for the gentleman to say put it up. I mean, he just went on and started breaking it down and putting it back up.
Because I'm respectful, folks. I am, and I'm a visitor, And 2, you got a gun.
Yeah.
You got a gun.
So it's just not that.
It ain't that
just
serious.
know you're an American citizen, but you're in another country.
That's right.
You don't have those rights. And if you cannot respect that.
No, if you can't grasp it in your mind.
In your head, this might be the wrong place for you.
Go back to the only place in the world that gives you
those
any
rights.
kind of constitutional rights.
So I want that to be clear. I hear a lot of time from Americans, that ain't right. What's not right? What's not right? This is another country. What do you mean that's not right? What do you mean that's not right?
Hey, and if you ain't got the right to vote somewhere that you live at, you ain't got no rights.
You have no rights. So can you get stopped? Yes. Will you get stopped? More than likely. Probably. I don't know. Could.
It's a crapshoot.
I don't know. Have your answers, know your responses, and don't have the response of what y'all stopping me for.
Yeah, don't.
They can stop you for anything.
Hey, y'all, don't get negative with the folks that stop you and ask you questions, because your life gonna get worse by the second going the wrong way.
Black folk in particular, I'm not saying white people don't, but I'm saying black folk in particular, we all know we have a very uncomfortable, mindset when it comes to police authority in our presence. We tend to get very uncomfortable. You're gonna have to get past that being a visitor in another country. They're not meaning you any harm. Nope. They're not there to hem you up. It's an immigration checkpoint
that everybody go through.
You're going to eventually go through it. So it's not a matter of what was I doing. As I've mentioned to you all, we were doing nothing in all 4 occasions. I don't want you to think we were marching, picketing, shooting fireworks off the terrorists or anything of that nature. We're just walking. And it was 1, 2, 3. Hey, come over here. You that right there. Come here. That's just how it goes.
Okay.
So don't feel like they're coming at you, they're bothering you. You need to know this can happen.
And wait, and even if they are, you in the right. So you still ain't worried about it.
As long as you got your stuff together, you good. Okay. If you don't have your e-cedula yet, carry your passport. If you have your temporary and or your permanent, carry your passport. If you're here as a tourist, carry your passport. Know where you live. Be able to say it in Spanish. The name of the condo, the name of the hotel, or the street name. Everybody got that?
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
And don't lie to them.
No.
Because they're going to check what you say.
They are going to check. They have the right to check. Yeah. And more than likely, if they feel that you're lying, I wouldn't be surprised if they then just go further. So if you know that your address wasn't right, I wouldn't sit there and get all that lying. Nah. It's going to come out.
Nah.
I wouldn't.
And just know you got 1 strike against you.
I mean, it's not worth the whole lot. I mean, they're not going to, I don't know, they shouldn't arrest you. I don't know. I don't know what they do. Yeah. I don't know if right then and there, if they found out that you're lying, what they can do. Again, we're in another country.
And so, you don't want to find out.
I don't know. But again, this wasn't even about the address deal. This particular video is not about address. Cedric and I, we are so off address. This was about what to do at immigration stops. Because you will eventually get stopped at an immigration stop.
And y'all, they don't have like a big marquee and a thing that says immigration stop. No, the immigration stop is wherever the immigration officer is at.
Yeah, and again, we don't drive. 3 of our times have been in the back of a vehicle. Yeah. It's been in the back of a vehicle. So you have no control over what street y'all are going down. It's not like you're going to bust out running. I can tell you that right now.
I promise you ain't.
And so they're just randomly around town. They just happen. Be familiar. Don't be scared. Answer the question. Give up the information that they say and show your ID. All 3 times we were advised, we had to show our ID all 3 times. 1 time come back from Cologne was a little bit more because we had to show our passport. And that's because of the purchasing power that U.S. citizens have to be able to be adhered to in Cologne. Panamanians cannot buy items in Cologne unless they pay a tax or fee.
At the port.
At the port.
Yeah.
At the duty-free port. If you are an American, you're not subject to that fee. So if you had been shopping, they just want to make sure you have a U.S. passport. That's all. So we had to show 1 more piece of documentation to show our U.S. passport. So just know, y'all, these things can happen. That's all. They can happen. Be aware, be prepared. Don't let it be in fear of you. And enjoy this beautiful country that has welcomed us. And adhere to their policies and procedures. That's it. That's it. All right, everybody. Hope to see y'all at bowling tonight. Remember, Dub's paying. Like, share, follow, comment.
Subscribe. We got to go talk about that.
We're out.
Peace.